Title: The Shadow in the Mirror. In the quiet town of Eldridge, where the days stretched out in a predictable routine, lived Julia and Ethan Reynolds. Their life together seemed idyllic, marked by comfortable routines and an air of contentment. Julia, with her deep brown eyes and gentle demeanor, was a local school teacher. Ethan, on the other hand, was a successful financial consultant, known for his meticulous nature and dedication to his work. But beneath the veneer of their seemingly perfect life, a storm was brewing. Julia had been struggling with a secret, a shadow that loomed larger with each passing day. It all began innocuously enough. Julia had met Oliver at a charity event in town. Oliver was charming, well-traveled, and possessed a charisma that Julia found irresistible. Initially, their conversations were harmless, centered around community projects and shared interests. However, as weeks turned into months, the nature of their interactions changed. One evening, as Julia sat alone in their cozy living room, her thoughts wandered to the time she had spent with Oliver. They had shared moments that made her feel alive in a way she hadn't felt in years. Their conversations had grown more intimate, and Julia found herself drawn to Oliver in a way that was both exhilarating and terrifying. Ethan, who had always been attentive and loving, began to notice subtle changes in Julia. She was more distracted, her smiles less frequent, and her evenings spent out more often. He attributed this to her demanding job and the stress it brought, but a nagging doubt lingered in the back of his mind. One rainy Tuesday evening, Ethan came home earlier than usual, hoping to surprise Julia with dinner. As he entered the house, he was greeted by an unsettling sight. Julia's phone buzzed on the coffee table, and the screen displayed a message from Oliver. Ethan's heart raced as he read the brief exchange, an affectionate note and a reminder of a rendezvous they had planned. Stunned and hurt, Ethan confronted Julia. The confrontation was painful. Julia, caught off guard, struggled to explain. Her emotions spilled out as she confessed to the affair, a relationship that had evolved beyond what she had anticipated. She spoke of her loneliness, her longing for something more, and the connection she felt with Oliver. Ethan listened, his heart breaking with every word. The ensuing weeks were filled with turmoil. The couple sought counseling, trying to navigate the wreckage of their marriage. Ethan grappled with his emotions, struggling to understand how Julia could betray the trust they had built over years. Julia, for her part, was overwhelmed with guilt and regret, facing the consequences of her actions. Through the counseling sessions, they began to understand the root causes of their issues. Julia's emotional needs, which she had not communicated, and Ethan's increasing focus on his career had created a distance between them. They worked hard to rebuild their relationship, learning to communicate more openly and honestly. Julia ended her relationship with Oliver, recognizing that it was a painful distraction rather than a solution to her problems. Ethan, while deeply hurt, chose to forgive Julia, understanding that their path to healing required both patience and effort. Months later, as the seasons changed and the rain gave way to sunshine, Julia and Ethan found themselves in a new phase of their relationship. They learned to appreciate the quiet moments together, to communicate more effectively, and to cherish the love they had once taken for granted. Their story, marked by betrayal and redemption, became a testament to the resilience of the human heart. They emerged from the shadows of their past, stronger and more connected, ready to face whatever the future held together. In Eldridge, the tale of Julia and Ethan Reynolds became a quiet reminder that even in the face of betrayal, healing and forgiveness were possible. And as the town moved on, so did Julia and Ethan, with a deeper understanding of each other and a renewed commitment to their shared journey. The end.